Saturday night Major League Baseball, Saturday, August the 8th. I've got two late West Coast games free for you. Both your games on the late card tonight free here. Going to talk Dodgers and Diamondbacks, and then your ESPN national TV game, Rays and Mariners. Free picks analysis in both late Saturday night games right here, right now. Hi, this is SteveMerril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV. And by the way, I do have two strong best bets tonight as well on this Saturday card on a 67% start here to the month of August, and it continues with two strong baseball best bets, plus a bonus free play in your Nationals-Reds game on the nighttime card on my page, SteveMerril, WagerTalk.com, and of course, get there quicker using wt.buzz/SM. All right, let's start at 8 o'clock Eastern, the late game in the National League tonight, Dodgers at Arizona, and of course, the big news is that the Dodgers, considered the best team in baseball, got even stronger at the trade deadline, picking up Skubal from the Tigers, but they are struggling. And don't look now, but the Dodgers have not so quietly lost 7 in a row. People are talking about it now, and just 13 and 17 their last 30. In fact, when they had the back-to-back wins against Seattle at the end of July, they were 12 games up. They've since lost 7 straight, and they're now just 7.5 up because they lost last night to second place Arizona in this division. They were 8.5 up. Now they're 7.5 up. And that is who they play again tonight, of course. So will the Dodgers finally start taking games serious? They're being careful. They want to rest, get into the postseason. But at some point, they got to turn it back on. And they've got a great pitcher on the mound tonight in Yamamoto. And I do think he'll pitch extremely well in this game. Yamamoto on the season, 2.8 ERA. We all know how great he was last year with the 2.49 ERA. And then the World Series MVP, winning 3 of the 4 games, including both games 6 and 7. One of the most remarkable things I've seen in recent history. And he's also in decent current form, 3.19 ERA, 8-inning work against Boston on August 1st. And he's done well against Arizona. The last 5 starts against them over the past couple seasons, 2.5 ERA. But he struggled back on July 11th, less than a month ago. He got lit up. One of his worst starts in the last several years, actually, against anybody. At home, nonetheless, too. It wasn't even in hitter-friendly Arizona when he gave up 6 runs in just 6 innings of work with 4 walks. He was off in that game. He has since bounced back. He's pitched extremely well in his last 3 starts. In fact, he's had 8-inning and 9-inning starts in 2 of them against the Yankees and Red Sox. So he's faced some good opponents. And I think this is bounce back revenge mode for Yamamoto. So I definitely look for him to have a good performance tonight. I don't think Arizona's going to get a lot of runs in this game, so I like the Arizona team total under 3.5. The game total is around 8.5. And Brandon Pfaadt. I fought the law, and the law won. No, Pfaadt has been winning because he's actually pitching extremely well. And that's another reason you could look at the full game under, because Pfaadt has just a 1.55 ERA his last 7 starts. But the Dodgers have actually hit him well during his career. And overall, last year, he had a terrible 5.3. So he might start regressing at some point. Wouldn't be surprised if it was tonight. So I do think the Dodgers get back on track. And that probably means that Yamamoto pitches extremely well in revenge mode. So I think the best way to play the total in this game is actually just to take the D-backs under 3.5 total runs at 8 o'clock Eastern. All right, your late game comes in the American League at 9:50 Eastern on ESPN National TV. Rays at the Mariners, Kirby and Jax. And I like Seattle in this game for a few reasons. First of all, I think they have the better pitcher on the mound. But the home-road extreme dichotomies we got to talk about with these teams. These are 2 of the most extreme home-road teams year after year in baseball. You know, a lot of times it's just random variance in baseball because home field, by the way, is not worth much. It's worth less than any other sport other than maybe the NHL regular season. Baseball teams win less than 54% of the time at home. It's about 53.5% the last 5 years. And the only reason you have any advantage is because you're batting in the bottom of the ninth. That's basically that 3% edge, in my opinion, is the difference, because strategically, if it's a close game or a tie game, bottom of the ninth, or especially games that go to extra innings, it might just be even that right there. Just the extra inning games alone give you the 3.5% edge. My point being, there's not really a home field advantage otherwise, other than the strategic batting last in the ninth or extra innings edge. Yet Tampa and Seattle vastly overperform at home and underperform on the road for years. Now, we always talk about it with Colorado, which makes a lot of sense because the Rockies have extreme altitude, and they build their roster basically to have ground ball pitchers, power hitters to take advantage, and they're just not that good otherwise. But Tampa Bay's reason is a little different. They play in the worst stadium in baseball, perhaps, Tropicana Field. And if you look at their home records over the years, I really think they have an advantage because their stadium is so nasty and bad that they just know how to play in it better than road teams do. I mean, and the numbers hold up with that. And keep in mind, by the way, last year they did not play in Tropicana Field due to the hurricane damage. They played in the minor league stadium, Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, and they're looking to build a new park in 2029. So we'll see if the home road dichotomy continues or not, if they start getting more fan support. Because even as good as they are year after year, they get very little fan support. They've got the ceiling, the dome, balls get lost up there. 41-18 at home this year, and they're just 500 on the road. In fact, they're 41-18 at home, and they're just 28-28 on the road. So pretty big jump. Last year, when they didn't play at Tropicana, they were just 41-40. A few years before that, 42-39, but then 53-28, 52-31. So you see how good their home records have been over the years. But then look at the road record. 500 this year, 9 games below last year, 5 games below the year before that, 11 games below back in 2022, despite the fact that same season they were 21 games up at home. That's a 32-game net difference. Seattle also plays in a pitcher-friendly ballpark, and their roster's always been better there for that reason as well. And the Mariners, over just the last 3 seasons, winning home records and losing road records. So here again, so nothing seems to change. In fact, they're 6 up at home, 11 down on the road this year. Last year, they were 21 games up at home, 3 down on the road. The year before that, 17 games up at home, 9 down on the road. You can see the difference. Over the last 3 seasons alone, they are 48 games above 500 at home, 61%. League-wide, it's only 53.5, keep in mind. Yet on the road, they're 23 games below 500 at just 45%. So both of those are outliers. So let's not overthink it. We're getting the home road dichotomy, huge edge here with the Mariners at minus $1.15. I like Seattle in this game, and I know they lost last night 2-1, so it doesn't always work. But you also have to work in the pitching edge, and I think tonight they have that pitching edge with George Kirby on the mound. 3.8 ERA this year, solid 3.1 ERA though over his last 7 starts since middle of June. Meanwhile, Griffin Jax, 3.6 ERA in the season, but he's regressing with a 4.1 over his last 7 starts since the end of June. And keep in mind, he's already pitched more innings than last year. He had only 66 last year. He's already at 91 this year. He only had 71 the year before that. These are the type of guys I'd like to look at, whereas Kirby is right around where he normally goes. He had 191 a couple years ago. He's only at 127 this year. Jax is going to probably continue to regress. He could be a fade pitcher. I think Kirby's underrated, and we get a huge home road dichotomy. I like the Mariners in this one, minus $1.15. Lay it with Seattle as the small home favorite. By the way, it's 7 under on the total. I do see a 6.5 out there, one of the major offshore books. So this could end up being one of the lowest totals of the season. Historically, 6.5s or less normally go under. And obviously, I think Kirby will pitch well here. My concern is if Jax is starting to regress or not. Otherwise, I would lean under 7 in this game. And the other thing I'll point out is how bad these offenses have been currently. Seattle scored 1 run and no runs in their last 2 home games. In fact, they've been 1 run or less now in 3 of their last 4 games. I mentioned how pitcher-friendly and unhitter-friendly Seattle's ballpark is. That definitely helps the under 7. And then Tampa's been ice cold as well. Don't let the 26 runs they scored at Colorado fool you, because there again, that's the altitude ballpark. If you look at their other 7 games during the past week and a half, they have scored 1 run or less, 4 times in their other 7 games, and they've scored 3 runs or less in 6 of those other 7 games when we take out the Coors Fields games. So both offenses ice cold. Both pitchers decent, although I do worry about Jax regressing a little. I would look under 7 in this one. You could also just look the Tampa team total under 3.5 if you want to take the uncertainty of Jax out of the equation, because I do think Kirby's a good pitcher and Tampa is struggling offensively. So lean under 7, Tampa under 3.5, because I do like Seattle as well, minus $1.15. That's your late game on ESPN. Lots of ways to attack that national TV game tonight at 9:50 Eastern. Woo! There you go. 2 late West Coast games free for you. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, thumbs up, like, and hype it on your mobile device. That's all I ask, a thumbs up, like, and if you're on your mobile device, you can hype it as well. Much appreciated. Also, make sure you click subscribe and you click the bell as well so you know when these free play videos are posted Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. I pop them up occasionally. Miss a couple days here or there, but when I see value in games, especially the late games here, which have an extra shelf life, I always like to give them to you here. So make sure you click subscribe and you click the bell so you never miss a free play video here in baseball and college and pro football. Hey, started the preseason off with a bang. Gave you the Panthers and the over on Thursday night, and boy, not a surprise. Thursday night football has been so incredible. Over 70% the last 2 seasons on the Thursday NFL free play videos. And we started it off with a perfect sweep on the Thursday night preseason NFL video this past week. I will have more NFL videos this week for preseason week 1. And then, of course, college football and pro football regular seasons are right around the corner as well. So make sure you click subscribe and you click the bell here for instant alerts on WagerTalk TV. And comment below. I read the comments. I reply back. I love the support. I love the insight. Who do you like tonight on Saturday Major League Baseball? What sides, total player props are you looking at? Drop them in the comments below so we can all learn and earn and win together here on WagerTalk TV. By the way, I do have 2 strong baseball best bets on the nighttime card as well for my clients. I mentioned off to a 67% start for the month of August. Not a surprise because I've had some monster runs in the second half of the baseball season historically. In fact, just a couple years ago, this time just 2 seasons ago at WagerTalk, we finished on a 52-24 and 38-15 winning runs in baseball. Picked up almost 97 units of profit over the final 3 months. That's almost doubling your bankroll with baseball alone through the World Series. So don't sleep on baseball. No one's getting excited for football, but baseball is truly your daily bread and butter bankroll builder, BBBB, on a daily basis for the next several months. Keep involved with baseball, and there's some special offers right now to help you do it. You can get the 2-for-1 special tonight. Now, each game is $25 tonight, or get both of them for just $29. It's buy one, get the second one for just $4. That's a great offer. So you get both plays tonight for $29. Or how about 6 days for $69? No, normally it's 3 days for $69. Nope, it's 6 days for $69, dude, because the buy 3, get 3 in full effect. You get both best bets tonight. You get 6 days for just $69, and that includes football and baseball each and every day. It's all sports, all access, and it's stackable. You can buy multiple buy 3, get 3s, and then use them throughout the next several weeks and months. Or, if you're ready to take that consistent long-term investment approach, the 1-year all access is always available. If you want a smaller all access, how about the next, 5 months, the rest of 2026 for half price, just $7.99. That works out to just a couple dollars a day for every best bet, every player release, just a couple dollars a play for every football, college and pro, baseball through the World Series, and also the first couple months of college and pro basketball. The rest of 2026 for $7.99. That's almost half price. It's a 47% discount, and there's no promo code needed. So look, if you want the 2 best bets tonight, the 2-for-1 special, go get it, or the buy 3, get 3, or the rest of the year special, don't miss out. Great time to be playing baseball, and football is here as well, and basketball right around the corner. SteveMerril, WagerTalk.com, and don't forget, bonus free play tonight in that Nationals-Reds game on my page right now. Go get the bonus free play and do that every day. It's truly the last cut, just a bit outside. I have 2 strong best bets tonight. The third strongest play is that Reds-Nationals free play, which is up for everyone right now with analysis on my page. And get there quicker. Use shortcut wt.buzz/SM. By the way, I made a special announcement earlier today on Last Call, and that is archived here on the channel. If you want to see my Saturday appearance, we talked a lot about NFL futures betting, season win total strategies. Also looked at several other baseball games for free with Joe Ranieri. Check that out here, Last Call Archive. That's on the live tab on WagerTalk TV because it was on at 11 a.m. Eastern. And I also mentioned, for the first time ever, I made this news announcement. I'm going to make it for the second time ever right here in this video, and I'll mention it more in the coming weeks. But I know many of you like the Steam Room, and many of you have asked me to do a private access call where we can interact on a weekly basis. Well, we've come up with a game plan for this football season. It's going to be called Market Call. SteveMerril's Market Call, because it's on Thursday nights right before the NFL game kicks off. We'll look at the Thursday night market, and also, hey, if you want to drop some financial questions, I'll take those as well, because you know I use a crossover hybrid approach to both sports betting and financial investing. That's why it's Market Call. But it's also optimal to do it Thursday night because you're going to get an advanced look at my Fade the Public selections before I release that video. Also an advanced look at my proprietary 10,000 game simulation for college football. That database before the top 25 videos posted. Insider access is what you get with Market Call. And we're going to start it with the first Thursday night NFL game on September 10th. But then I realized there was a Wednesday game as well, and it's a pretty good one. Patriots-Seahawks Super Bowl rematch. So as of now, we're planning to do market calls on both Wednesday and Thursday, the first week of the NFL in September. More information to come in the coming weeks, including some special offers this week on my page at WagerTalk.com. So yet another reason, hit subscribe, hit the bell here for instant alerts. You can get more information throughout these videos the next couple weeks. By the way, if you'd like to follow me on social media, that's also a great way to get information and access every day to my free plays, breaking news, also best bets on X and Instagram at SteveMerril. 2 R's, 1 L, MERRIL, at SteveMerril on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to WagerTalk TV because you know there's more free play videos and live shows like Last Call coming up next.